driving up here, or down here from Atlanta. I drive past this big motorhome, and you know what it said along the side? Avatar. Okay? Last weekend, I'm in Los Angeles, and I'm standing here talking to a few friends. I went to a meeting at the Screen Actors Guild, and we're chatting over here, and I hear this little group right next to me talking over here, and I hear somebody say, "So, I heard you were in Avatar." What? I met a guy who was in Avatar. His name is Woody Schultz, and he's an actor who does a lot of motion capture work, which is the work where you put on that suit and they do the digital performances. Like a lot of you saw Polar Express. That was all motion capture. He's done a lot of those kind of projects, and he was hired to play several of the Na'vi characters in the jungle settings. As well, he's got a little bit of live action time as a doctor in one of the science settings. But as he talked to me about what this was, it was a great gig. Worked several weeks, made some good dough, and with all this aftermarket potential for this movie, he's going to make some good dough for a while. But it was an incredible experience where they had everything they needed. They had what they needed to do the best they could. And they knew what they were getting, because they knew that they were a part of history. It was very clear what's in it for them. Make sure you leave no question in that area unanswered to get the buy-in that you're looking for. The other part of it is support. Now last year, when I came to talk to you guys, I talked mainly about the value of listening in leadership. In order for people to feel the support that they need to give you the buy-in that you're after, they need to feel like they matter. They need to feel like their contribution is being used. People don't want to just be told what to do. Leadership is not just telling people what to do. It is empowering people to be the best they can be for the greater good. And in order to truly empower people, you have to listen. You have to act cooperatively. You have to allow their input to be used so that they see they're a part of the process. People want to be contributors. They don't just want to be dictated to. That's part of the challenge that I talked about initially, where you want to have a vision that makes people rise to the next level. People can't rise to the next level if you're just telling them to do what you want them to do. Give them that support and that supportive environment. And it's all based on the golden rule, basically, which is treat people like you want to be treated. But did you know that there's a platinum rule? What's the platinum rule? You're shaking your head. Thank you very much. In order to treat them the way they want to be treated, what do you have to do? You have to know them, which means you got to listen. Okay? That's the kind of level of support you need to give everybody the chance to be fully empowered. And with that comes tons of praise. You cannot do that enough. And let me tell you one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me. I was doing this movie called We Are Marshall. Anybody seen that? Thanks, checks in the mail. Appreciate it. Woo! Thank you very much. I had the honor of playing Coach Bobby Bowden in We Are Marshall. I could talk for a long time. Be careful. Thank you very much. It's very nice. I had a great time. As you maybe probably know, I had to wear that hairpiece. And let me tell you, that's the first time in my career I ever had to wear a hairpiece, believe it or not. And after 14 hours a day, that thing got pretty darn heavy. So let me tell you, all you guys with hair, I feel bad for you. That's a lot to carry around, literally. But so we're working this really, really long day, okay? And we're all tired, and I'm personally, and everybody else is starting to drag. It was hot, and we're tired. And we have this director. He goes by the name of Mick G. Capital M, little c, capital G. Mick G. I guess his dad was Mayor McGee's. I don't know. But he goes by the name of Mick G. Really nice guy, but very hyper. Just like, Mommy didn't give me my Riddler kind of hyper, you know? He could not sit still. Not in a negative way. I mean, he wasn't mean. He wasn't snappy with people. He just couldn't sit still. He was like a little kid. But very upbeat, very positive. So we're working this really long day, and they were going to shoot a close-up of mine. They call from the set that they're ready. It's all set up, and I'm starting to drag down the hallway, going down to the office where we're at. And all of a sudden, from behind me, where he was sitting with the monitors and everything, I hear this booming voice go, "There's nobody in the world I would rather have play Bobby Bowden than you." How do you think I felt? I stood up a little straighter. I walked with a little spring in my step. I started thinking, hey boss, I got 2 or 3 more hours, man, whatever you need. He did that in front of the whole crew, in front of those 2 good-looking leading guys with hair. I felt like $1,000,000. I would have run through a train for him at that point. You can't put a price tag on praise like that for your team. And I heard from the crew that a couple of weeks before he had done relatively the same thing for them. He organized a screening where he showed portions of what they had already shot. And he stood up at the screen and he pointed to different things relative to each department, props, wardrobe, set dressing, everything else, and made a point to say, that's your work, that is great, that is awesome. It was one of the happiest places I ever worked. And believe me, everybody was bought in. Everybody was bought in. You cannot praise people enough to lead to that buy-in that you're after and give you the passion and the best of themselves.